I want to give a big thank you to Sandman down here on Route 25 south of Perrysburg. Come on out here for all your landscaping needs. They got rock, mulch, everything you could possibly need for doing landscaping. And they're allowing me to park my truck back here in the corner whenever I'm in town, which is very nice. And it's less than 10 minutes from the house. It's safe here. I don't have to worry too much about anybody bothering it. But if you don't want to come out to this one, go out to their one on Airport Highway. I think that's much bigger and has a lot more stuff. But thanks again to Sandman for allowing me to park here. I sure appreciate it. It's not easy to find a place to park these things. My truck is 75 feet long overall with this tractor and a 53-foot trailer. That's 25 yards. So to put it in perspective, that is 1/4 of a football field. So that's pretty long. So the tandems on these trailers slide because, first of all, in a 53-foot trailer, we don't utilize the whole trailer very much, because if you filled it all the way to the back, you'd be way overweight. I can load meat at Tyson or one of those places and have 43,000 pounds on this trailer, which puts me pretty close to my 80,000 pound gross. And probably the last 10 feet at least of the trailer they don't even use. If you filled it all the way to the back door, it'd be overweight, way overweight. So Tyson tends to load heavy in the nose of the trailer. Plus, you got the reefer unit on the front of the trailer, which puts more weight on your drive axles. So what you have to do is you have to slide the tandems up. So you have to push this button in right here, and that charges the air to your trailer air supply. So once that gets done, and I let all the lines and everything fill with air, I will pop that back out, and we'll go back there and I'll show you how you unlock them to slide them. It's pretty easy, actually. Alright, that's good. So now we'll go back to the trailer. But as I said, it's 75 feet long from the front to the back. It's a long trailer, long unit, 75 feet. And then here's the reefer unit, which adds extra weight to the front of the trailer. And then you got a fuel tank right here that I have to fill, my reefer fuel. I'm on half. I'm going to stop in Illinois tomorrow. I have to head out to Ottawa, Illinois, first stop, and then to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and then Des Moines. And this is where you fill your reefer tank. So you want to keep that on full most of the time. So right now, these these tandems are slid up pretty good. Because if I had them slid back all the way to the rear, it's really hard to maneuver around town. You'll be running over curbs all the time, and it's just too long with them back all the way like that. And also, when you slide those up where I've got them now, that takes a lot of the weight off of the drive axles. So if I'm heavy up there and I slide these back, or up, I mean, then that puts more weight on these axles and less up there. So generally, you almost always have to when you load. Okay, so under here, you've got a valve that you push, and there's a pin right there. There's 4 of them. There's one there, there's one back farther, and 2 on the other side. So when I push this in, now see, that didn't release. So sometimes you got to get a hammer and you got to pound on them because one of them is stuck, and you hit it a few times. I'll release them and push it again. Nope, they're not going to slide. So I got to get my hammer. Don't always have to do this, but once in a while they get stuck like that. And you bang on all 4 of them, and whichever one is hanging up will release, and then they'll slide. Probably it's the one on the other side. I think I had trouble with that earlier. So all I do is just There they go. It slid. See, right there. Now I'll release them. Let them slide back out. See, they didn't come up with that one back there came all the way out, but this front one did not. So that's all you do is you release them like that. And now the pins are out. And for every hole that you move the pin, you'll shift approximately 300 pounds of weight. So if I'm 1,000 pounds over on my drive axles, then I want to move these axles up at least about 4 holes would be good. 3 would be 900. So then once I get them slid up and I pull this back to where I want it, I'll release this. Now they didn't, like I said, this one here came out. This one didn't. Probably hit it. It might pop out. If not, I'll just start the engine, wiggle the trailer a little bit with the brakes locked, and it'll pop into place. This one popped in. Kind of hard to see in there. This guy right here, he's in. This one did not. Oh, see, now that's not even lined up with the hole. So I'm gonna have to jiggle it. All right, my reefer is running, as you can hear. I'm gonna shut it off so you can hear me. But it's, the temperature in the trailer right now is 46, but it's set to go down to 28. And that's what it'll be for fresh meat. Now the other day I had a load of ice cream, so I had it set to 20 below. You go into your menu here and tell us that, and you pick the one you want, up or down. Fresh meat is 3, fresh meat active. So I want it out 4, and then I hit equal, then I exit, and I make it start, stop, or continuous. It's off right now, that's why you lost the screen here. But I would have it on start, stop. Now my generator started on the other side because I got things on inside the truck and the engine's not running. It's against the law to idle a truck now for more than 5 minutes. So we have to have these called APU, Auxiliary Power Unit. And that runs everything I need. My 110 inverter for my microwave, my refrigerator. And I have to have that on standby all the time if I'm not in the truck or the truck's not running, because that also will kick on automatically and charge all the batteries. And you want to keep them charged. And it's got an engine heater too, so for cold weather when you want to try and start it, that will keep that warm. So that's how you slide the tandems and make a nice legal load out of one that's overweight. Start this reefer again. Whenever you pull into a Tyson plant, they always make you start it to make sure that it works before you drop an empty trailer in there. Or if you're going to even live load, you have to do it. It'll start here in a few seconds. It'll beep to warn you that it's going to start. I see carrier just came up on the little display, and the light's blinking. And that runs off of diesel fuel also. And that tank back there that I showed you where I fill the reefer fuel. Green light's good. You get orange or red, you got trouble. You got problems. You need service on it. Sometimes you'll get faults that you can just shut it off and then restart it and it'll clear them. If that doesn't work, then you need to get somebody out to service it. Especially if you got a load of meat on there. It's empty right now. The trailer's empty. It'll take a minute for it to start. It has to go through a big cycle and do all kinds of stuff. Okay, I just heard it clicking and making noise. It's gonna beep. That's to warn you in case you got any of those panels open and you got your hands in there. You don't want to be in there. Okay, there's the beep. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There, fired up. Now that's the inside temperature of the box is 47. It's set for 28 is the set point. 28 is 46. So it'll run till it gets down to 28 and then it'll shut off. And then after it warms up a couple of degrees, it'll kick on again. And it'll be run, stop to maintain that temperature. Shut it off. Noisy. Not too bad though. I mean, I lay in the bunk sleeping and it don't bother me when that thing's running. So that's all I gotta do today. And I'm gonna take off tomorrow, Sunday. I'm gonna take off about noon, get through Chicago. Be a Sunday, it'd be a good day going through there with traffic. But yeah, 3/4 of a football field right there. 75 feet long. 1/4 of a football field, sorry. 25 yards. It's a long truck. They're all long these days. And like I said, unless you're hauling ping pong balls, you can't even utilize that entire 53-foot trailer. You'll have the last 10, 15 feet of that trailer will be empty because they just can't put that much in there. It's going to be overweight. Now the load that I picked up in Savannah, Georgia, came from China, a bunch of plastic bicycles for Walmart distribution. They had that trailer loaded from front to back and all the way to the roof, and the entire weight of that load was only 9,000 pounds. So in that case, a 53-foot trailer, you can utilize it all. But when we're hauling meat and stuff like that, you can't load the whole thing completely. It's just not feasible. You would be way overweight. So that's it. I'm all set. I just took my sleeping bags home and all my bedding and everything. I washed them, did all my laundry, and I just brought it back down and put it in the truck. So I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. I'll probably take off about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Get through Chicago, get over to my first stop in Illinois there, and I'll be able to take a full 10-hour break. So when they get me loaded, I got to go to Cedar Rapids and then Des Moines. I'll have the full 11 hours available to work. And then after I get empty out there, I'll probably end up at another Tyson plant picking up more meat. So that's it.